Okay, I think we're actually here now, and I think it might actually be working properly. Sorry to everybody who was trying to be live on the stream there. I was having some inexplicable issues, and hopefully those are solved now. So, if you can hear me well, I'd like to know. Also, if you can hear the piano well, is that working for you? I'd be curious. I see 2 viewers. I just don't know if this is actually reflective of the thing. We'll have to see. This is just today is just not wanting me to stream smoothly. Hey, it's just not happening for me. So let's just see. Maybe if I refresh my page. Okay, so now I think we're going. There we go. Okay, sorry to everybody about that. I meant to start about 20 minutes ago and had some issues with the streaming software. It got updated, I guess, by itself, and then did some stuff that, yeah, I need to figure out later. But anyway, the time has come now. And actually, now I'm using my other streaming software that I use for recording YouTube videos, and so I should actually sound better. I think that my voice will be slightly improved, and also my background noise should be gone, and a bunch of fancy stuff. So yes, great. Let's get into it. Now, for those of you in the future watching this, you understand what I just said. I had some problems with the stream, so that's why, you know, it's starting the way it's starting, but we're going to begin. I'm going to play through the song, which I got halfway through before, and then, yeah, we'll see where we want to go. Here we go. Let me know if you can hear this well in the chat, please. Garmo, hello. Good night. Sorry about that. Sorry it's not working out for you today, but soon I'll have another stream at a different time and we'll be able to be together that way. So hope you have a great sleep. Nice to see you anyway. Pookie Pookie, great name. I'll answer you in just a minute. That's a change of pace. Hey, that groovy beat. Okay, well, great. I'm excited about that. Okay, so is there a way to color the menu bar? When you say the menu bar, are you talking about this up here, this black bit, or this white bit here? I would like to color the white bit. That would be great. This black bit I have colored in Windows settings through some registry changes that you can make to do that because it was just bothering me. So if that's what you mean, the answer is yes. If this is what you mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm curious for everybody on the stream, is the video playing back fine for you? I'm getting messages from my YouTube streaming thing saying that a certain setting I have is not correct, even though it is correct in my settings as far as I can tell, and that maybe it will cause choppy playback. So I'm curious if it's causing choppy playback or not. Just not having luck today with the streaming thing. The video's fine. Okay, so I don't know why it's constantly giving me this error. It's telling me that my stream health is poor, basically. But that's good. If it looks good, it looks good. Okay, so it's fine. Amazing. Great. Well, welcome to everybody who's new on the stream. If I've not met you before, welcome. Please let me know where you're viewing from. I'm always curious, and feel free to chat with me in the chat here. That's something I really enjoy, and maybe you do too. I'm gonna do a couple of things that came to mind here. And thanks, I search away too. Perfect. Let me know if you need more help with it, if it's something I can help with. When this part comes in, to color the white bar. Yeah, I mean, if you find out about that, how to color that, please tell me. You would need to like color the text as well. Maybe it's possible. So I think I would still like to keep the piano in there, but not in the same way. And then it can open up to a full way like this later on. Stranger, hello, welcome. How are you today? Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's just take this. I'm going to try to put a, let's see. I've already got this on here, so perhaps what I can do, I'm very good, I think. Great. I think that's great. Oh, I see, right, we need them both together. So I'm going to group the piano and the thingy into a bus together. In fact, you know what? Actually, this one's not going to work. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to copy this. There's one note in here that is bothering me. Oh, that's actually kind of sick too. Without the piano like that, and then the piano can come in. Actually, that's probably the solution. That was actually pretty cool. Yes. Let's just see how that feels coming in here. I might do something else as well, but we'll give it a try. So. What do I want? What do I want? just groove. Yeah, I just like it. I like that groove. I'm going to grab the volume of the piano, and let's just copy this and paste it to, paste it to here. No. Okay, I think what I'll try to do is push all the buttons, hope something works. Okay. I'm going to try to play this little melody with a different instrument for this part to make it cleaner. This little repeating thing. I'm going to get it on a... I wonder actually, what does this thing sound like without the effects on it? Actually could work, so I'm going to try that. Let's grab a... What's the easiest way to do this? I'm going to duplicate this, and we'll call this Neon Clicks Dry. This will go to Omnisphere 6. We're going to go into Omnisphere, and we'll grab the neon patch. We're going to copy this part. They call it a part, and they call that a patch. Why? Anyway, copy this part. Come over to number 6 and paste. Okay, now we have this thing and it needs to come out of its own output. Do we have that enabled? No. There we go. Sorry if that was loud. Gonna take this, send you to the instrument bus. We'll color you pink, just like all your friends. I don't know which color of pink it is. It's not that one, that's for sure. Which color is it? Maybe there's a way to do that, hey? Automatically copy it? I don't know how to do that. Automatically copy a color to another track. Okay, and then we will grab this. Oh, I see. So this is doing that. So why don't we turn this off? Come into... come into here, and we will get rid of this, as awesome as it is, crazy background stuff going on. So this, and there's a reverb somewhere here. I'm going to start with it totally dry and just see what that sounds like. Maybe it'll work. And we will grab this and stick you here. Balance the volume. Reverb. If we change the reverb quite a lot to like a room, an expensive room. Oh, you can't even see that, it's not on the stream. Okay, let's pull that back over. To an expensive room, whatever that means, and then let's try to get into it from earlier and see what that's like. Will this come from like, I don't know, back here? If we make these all a full length note, and these ones too. To make this a bit wider. That'll do it. Let's extend this into here. Okay, why doesn't that loop properly? There we go. Let's mute this one. We'll get this looping around here. We'll see what the piano's like. Okay. So now we're going to be thinking about a melody. And actually, you know what? Let's try to put Let's try to put some kind of arcade loop behind this as well. I just want to organize some of this for a second because it looks just terrible. This whole thing just bothers me. So let's grab all of you, and you can be in a folder together. You'll be called Omni1. You are serums, and we'll grab all of you, and we'll say you get a folder called serum. And you guys can be in a folder called drums. Great. They're still hideous, but you know, what are you going to do? Okay, let's grab an arcade now. So I'm going to go here, instruments. Do I have my favorites? I don't. Oh my God. Okay, how about, who makes it? Who makes it? Output. First of all, you can be a favorite, and then we can pull you in, put you here. And now we just pray that it works, because I feel like a lot of times I just do this stuff on a stream and then it never works, and then I have to like go do it later, and I never do. So hopefully this one is going to work out today. So let's look for some lines here, and let's make sure this is sending to a drum bus. Is this thing like updating or something? What's going on? It's like freaking out as usual. Want to use the thing. Not today. Yeah, like what is this? What's going on here? I'm just gonna put this thing off screen for a minute and just let it figure its life out. And I will continue on. What do you think about Celeste music? Do you mean as in like the music from the game Celeste, or music that uses Celeste, the instrument, the bell instrument? Both are good questions. Yes, the video game. I actually haven't played it. I played it a little bit so far, and actually it's a good thing you remind me, because I've been wanting to play it, but I never really like spent the time to get into it, so I can't comment on the music. Looking at the game, I want to say it's going to be amazing. Maybe you can tell me. Do you like it? Is arcade useful? I love arcade, except it doesn't work whenever I want to use it now, so there's that. Like it's telling me there's 2,000 kits in here, and yet for some reason it won't show me any of them. Ah, there we go. Now I got some. Okay. You're gonna get it on Steam soon. Yeah, I want to say that it's even like free on, or free. I think it's included in Games Pass or something like that. You should check that first. But yeah, Stranger, let us know. What do you think about it? I'm quite curious. The game looks amazing. I would just like to, yeah, hear what you think. So, okay, we're going to go for percussive. And yeah, I don't know if it still is. I just remember before I was able to play it because it was on some Games Pass, I want to say, on Xbox or something like that. So maybe it's still there. I'm not very into platforming games. I really loved it because of the music. Ah, I see. Okay, well, I'm into both. I'm into music like that and into platforming games. So maybe it'll be great. Okay, let's try. What's this sound like? What tempo am I at? 78. So this thing is just being like destroyed. Okay. Let's try this. It's actually kind of cool. It'd be perfect for me. Great. Okay, well, maybe I'll play it soon and I'll get back to you on it. I'm pretty stoked on it. Every time I see people talking about it, they just love it, so. Okay. All these tempos are so fast. Sizzler. this is like how arcade works. They give you all these like kits. And then I'll show you in a second what you can do with them. Yeah, the names are the best. They're actually awesome. This is all swung, so I don't really want that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to one of these ones that seemed like a possibility. Oh my god, I've lost it all. Yeah. Does sound like him. Okay, no, not this. I had something there that seemed like it might be okay. Maybe it was this one. Let's try this one, so we'll download this. Okay, well, whatever. Let's play this one. Yeah, exactly. So it looks like this. This is the keyboard down here, and then you can play each of these keys, and they come with a loop on them, and then the black keys modify the loops. So while I'm playing this loop, I can, for instance, hold a black key, and we get some different variations. That one's actually pretty cool. I'm just going to try that. Played that a little bit off, so maybe if it's quantized, it will be a bit more on time. I'm just modifying them right now. It's not really what I want, though. That's closer. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. In fact, that might be what we need. Not quite. Too. Trying to control it in a cool way, but it's eluding me. You can kind of use it for single shots in a way, but it's not really meant for that. Okay, I like So I can just start sprinkling in these little modifiers through it. And there's this one here that I want to work, but it might not do what I want. Let's see. That was pretty much perfect, actually. So then they have this stuff, like I'll solo this. These kind of like pre-built, I don't know, effects in here. So I could put a tape delay, which is actually kind of cool. Change the tone, whatever that's going to mean. It's kind of cool too, actually. The spread. It's got like an auto panner on it or something, which is actually pretty cool. I might want to keep that at maximum. It's got a room reverb, which I don't want. And then you can actually go in and edit like so much of this stuff, right? So here's the stereo delay, distortion box, chorus, filter, there's a reverb over here, compressor, limiter. You can go in and like edit the individual samples and how they're chopped. Like there's so much stuff. I really don't use it to its fullest at all. I should. I've in my inbox every once in a while I get emails from Output being like how to make a trap beat with Arcade, how to make a something with Arcade, and I just keep saving all the emails thinking I'm going to watch these one day. I never watch them, but maybe one day that will actually happen and I'll learn a lot about it. Right now I use it in the most rudimentary way, I think, just to like get these little cool samples like I'm creating here. And then what I do is I just bounce it. So once I've got it as I like, I'm going to bounce this to audio. Welcome to everybody, by the way, on the stream. If you're new, please say hello. I'd love to chat with you. If you're here, I see we have 8 people, which is amazing. Welcome to all of you, and hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying the sounds here. So now we'll see if the loop stands up to the original. Kind of worked. It kind of goes weird at the end there. Doesn't quite. It like, yeah. Or the beginning maybe. Yeah, we're missing the first clack, hey? So okay, let's undo that and let's see, what if we do it like this? Will you give me what I want? I love your tutorial series. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Pookie Pookie. I just love to say that name. Am I saying it right? Very helpful for beginners. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. I should mention I have a new course. Maybe you guys know it's on Udemy. The link is in the description here if you want to get a discount or just check out the trailer or see what it's all about. It's all about composition and music theory stuff. It's not about Studio One stuff. That's on YouTube, of course. And then this is now available on Udemy. So please check it out. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback on it. The way I say it is okay. Do you know how to recreate the sounds on the Arcade track with raw samples with processing? Was wondering if that's like a crucial ear training skill for production. That's a very interesting idea. You mean like taking a loop like this and then recreating this in just audio, just with like my own sounds? Is that what you mean? Now we got the loop. It's working correctly now. So what if we cut this off? Is it actually like before the beat? No, it's good. Good like that. Okay. Okay, we'll bring this volume down just a little bit. No, it's like I'm transcribing that sound with the resources I have without the arcade plugin. Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, the more that you can do that, the better. Like if you want to train your production ear as opposed to your musical ear, I mean, they're one and the same in a certain sense, but we're not talking about notes and chords here. We're talking about how to recreate a sound. That's a great idea. I mean, I learned synthesis, how to program synths through copying other synths. That began with like just opening like one instance of Serum or Omnisphere or whatever here, and then another instance here, loading some awesome sound into this one, and then I would recreate it literally visually, step by step, putting every little thing on until it sounds the same. I would do that a bunch until I started to get the idea, and then I would close this one, listen to it, and have to do this one by ear until I was able to do that pretty much perfectly as well, and then started to be able to do my own sounds that way. Same thing with music, right? Same thing with transcribing chords and melodies and things and drum rhythms. The more transcription stuff by ear you can do, the better. So I think that kind of production transcription by ear also is amazing. And brings me to another point that I'm curious about what you guys think about this. I don't know how many of you play physical instruments, guitar, piano, whatever. When you're learning an instrument, you learn through learning the music of other people, right? That's like the first thing that you're taught is, here's a song to play, here's another song, here's another song. And usually we do that like 100 times before we go on to start writing our own music. That depends on the person. It can be one time you could start writing your own music from the beginning. I don't know. I played a lot of other people's music while I was writing my own, but also heavily before I got serious about doing it, you know? And so I'm curious about that when it comes to production, because I think often we come to beat making, production, this kind of world, without that background of covering songs, so to speak. So it's difficult in the production world. I mean, if you want to cover a electronic song, you have to have very good ears because there's no tabs to read, there's no sheet music to find. You have to be able to figure out the chords by ear, the melodies by ear, the drum patterns, the bass lines, the mixing, the panning, the whole deal, right? But I think that is a massive challenge that has massive rewards. The more that we can try to copy, especially in the early days, just for fun, just for practice, copy the beats of other people, step by step, the better our ears become because you have to listen so critically. I wonder if any of you have done that before. I know I've done it several times. Just taken beats that I think are particularly cool and say, can I recreate this exactly? You know? So yeah, let me know what you think. There's one hit I think we need to add in here. Train your ear for sound selection. Yes, addictive views. Absolutely. Sound selection is so important. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just see. I'm going to try to cut this and put him here. That's interesting. Yeah, that's better. So now we get cut, 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 cut. same thing with this one, I think. Maybe even like, if we just make this into like 30 seconds. Oh, I did the wrong one. Make this into 30 seconds. And go taka. Okay, I like this idea, but I don't want to use exactly the same sample twice like that. So I'm going to grab this one and put him there. Oops, duplicate him or her. Yeah, that's better. Paul, hello Paul, welcome. Have we met before, Paul? I'm sorry if we have. Somehow your name's not ringing a bell right at the moment. What do you think about the 5.1 update? Good question. I don't have it. I was just talking to my friend yesterday and I said, I got to get that update, but I've been busy working on other things the past couple days. And how hard is it to download an update? I guess hard enough that I haven't done it. So yeah, I do really like the idea, and actually Megan hasn't heard about this yet, and she will like the idea too, of the retrospective recording. I think that's an amazing idea, so that it's always recording everything you're doing, even when you're not recording. And I'm doing this all the time, and it's a constant thing that happens to me where I play something through one time, like a new section. I say, okay, I'll just try like a little quick thing. I'm not recording, not doing anything. I'm just playing around, and something awesome happens, and then I can't recreate it. And then, so this will be a way to solve that, I hope, right? So I can go in, grab what was just being played, even though I wasn't recording it, and actually put it in there, which would be pretty cool. So that's a big one for me. I do like the dual timeline view. They talked about that, that you can have bars and seconds appearing at the same time. Well, MIDI data, I don't know if it does it for audio, but MIDI data takes up like no space on the computer. I mean, like kilobytes at most. So you could record a lot of it before it would make any impact at all. And I assume it deletes it after a certain time. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat who has the update can tell us how that works. If you can select how many seconds or minutes or whatever of recording it holds, I'd be curious about that. And I'd be curious if you could set it up for audio too, because that would be kind of cool as well. Like if you could have it constantly recording, like maybe even just 1 minute of audio when you have an audio channel on. I wonder if that's how that works. Obviously, it can't record all channels simultaneously, just the one that you have enabled, or else, yeah, your hard drive would just explode. Okay, so this, let's grab this last little chunk and put it as a kind of fill. Okay, let's get a bit of context now for anyone who's new to the stream. This part of the song that we're listening to right now is completely unlike the previous part of the song. Let's just kind of go from here. on keyboard. Pretty much. I took some lessons when I was like 8 years old for a couple of years, and that was like classical stuff. I dropped out. Then I took a year of lessons to learn how to chord when I was 13, like some basic chording, and then ever since then it was just being self-taught. I'm definitely not very proficient at it compared to like an actual piano player, but I have, as my teacher would call, composer piano skills. I'm enough that I can play through what I need to write my music, but it's not like I'm going to go out and perform per se on a piano. How good did that transition turn out? Hey, I just love that. Yeah, so that transition is cool because the whole thing is like the feeling of transitioning from triplet into straight feel or straight into triplet feel is just a very cool sensation, I think. And the way that it happens here, we have that like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this goes on for so long. It's just like becomes embedded, right, in our mind. So then when we get to here, even though we're just hearing, there's nothing that's telling us differently yet, right? So still there's this internal feeling of even though nothing is hitting on that, of course, it's like a residual thing. And when this other piano line comes in here in a second, this little melody, it plays straight, not swung, or not triplets, kind of foreshadowing the new rhythm that comes in right afterwards. So right here. So you're still in the same tempo, but now you're straight, you're not triplets. And this causes this like, whoa, we're in a new world now kind of thing. I need to like amp up this thing here. Thank you. That's one of the best compliments I can possibly get. Electro Matheny vibe. Pat Metheny is like one of my absolute idols, musical idols. If anyone doesn't know about Pat Metheny, it's someone you want to look up. Yeah, this needs to be like 10 times cooler. Like it's... We could probably make something in Arcade, actually, that will be 10 times cooler. Let's try. Chi Seng Hor, where are you from, man? I'm curious. You probably told me before. Sorry. So let's look for Malaysia. Wow. What's it like there? I don't even know what to picture. I have no idea. You say Malaysia, maybe I think somewhat tropical and hot. I really have no idea. I'm sorry to be so ignorant of it. Hot. Okay. So I'm just right now looking for like some crazy sounds, and then we're just gonna make like a little transition out of it. I want to say something out of here is probably gonna do the trick. Okay, this is like the best description. They have so many good descriptions. Meandering, retro-futuristic synths attempt to find their footing, contributing to a dystopian landscape. Come on. You want to use it just because it sounds so good. Subtle globs of electronic synth bass coagulate into lengthy pulsating sequences. You don't think it's a nice place, Chi? Okay, this is... Oh, I was actually pretty sick with the little pitch bend there. This one seems kind of like what I want, but let's go to this line. Bass line. Okay. Fuzz buzz. I see. So this is like legit basses here. As in like electric basses and acoustic basses. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab this Titan one. It reminds me of the theme tune to Tales of the Unexpected from a 1979 television show. Okay, I can't say I know that one. Kind of like that. It's a bit too much. Yeah, let's take this one. And let's just come over here. We're just going to play around for a little bit. So good night, Addictive Views. Great to have you here. Hope you have a good sleep, and see you soon. I'm going to bounce this out to audio. And we're going to loop it. And then we're going to just like start putting some stuff on there. So let's start with a OTT, obviously. Let's put a serum effects on there. A friend of mine has the plugin from Output called Portal. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but it is something else. You just click on any preset and everything sounds amazing instantly. It's actually pretty wild. Turn this down a little bit just so it doesn't blow our ears off. That's kind of cool. Okay, so from there, I realize that sounds kind of ugly at the moment. I'm just going to chop this one hit. Let's see if there's a better one. No, that's fine. Let's just use this one. Play with this a little bit. We're going to come into an EQ. And then we will put a auto filter on there, just a built-in PreSonus auto filter set to a actually, can this thing do it? I think not. I think not. I think I got a free filter to do this job recently. What was that? Probably this one. SC auto filter. Okay. Here we go. Okay, like that. And then we will bounce this out. Oops. Bounce it to a new track. I always forget what they want me to do to make that happen. Bounce to new track. Let's do it again, see if we get a better result. That's fine. Okay, and now we're going to bring this over to this little fill section. And we're going to start messing with it there. Okay, obviously it's in the wrong key right now. And let's just mute this drum stuff for now. What key are we in anyway? Oops. So this needs to just come up a whole step. Yeah. Let's try to reverse this. Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty sick. And bring this up to here. Let's think here. We aren't done with it, just so you know. It could actually be the... Let's put a X trem on it. And we'll solo it. And real fast. Start it fast and then slow it down. So we'll start here and come to, say, here. And we need to actually put a tiny fade there. It's like watching a musical surgeon. Sometimes it's like that. Let's see what that's like. It's not quite right, I don't think, but maybe. Yeah. This would be a different note. Bro, your last beat was incredible. Keep watching it back, as can never catch live with work. Can't stay now. Wanted to say, keep going. You have an incredible talent, work ethic. P.S. We'll be copying your course. Need to learn how to make those emotive chord progressions. Hey, man, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the course. Yeah, and then there's a later part of the course coming soon that's fully dedicated to chords and chord progressions that will go like deep into that. I mean, don't know how deep you're looking to go, but it's going to go pretty far. Yeah, so please enjoy that. I'm going to have a bunch more tutorials coming out like that and delving into chords and, I mean, chord progressions. That's my bread and butter, man. That's what I'm obsessed with. Okay, we still need some drum fill stuff going on here because it's just too sparse right now. Let's see. Yeah, this isn't, it's not right. What does it need? What does it need? If anyone's got an idea, shout it out. Like how to make this thingy sound better. That's actually better than with the tremolo, but maybe that. Maybe chopping it a little bit would be cooler. So if we go, we'll chop it at the 16s. We'll put these ones a little bit shorter. Yes, your 7th, 9th, 11th, and flexibility in keys is nothing like I've seen on here, and just connect musically with them, and can't wait to learn from you, bro. Oh, wow, that's so nice to hear. Well, please, yeah, if you want to see more of that stuff on YouTube or whatever, let me know too, because I never know, like, if the people who are watching my stuff are into that kind of thing, or if they just want to know more production-related stuff. But that sort of stuff, the jazz harmony, as applies to other kinds of music, that's actually my favorite kind of thing to both do and talk about. Fade both these in. Nope, that's not it either. That's not it either. The new distortion distracts from the hit coming in. I didn't think it needed anything there. Like it's spacious. Yeah, I'm not satisfied though with the break as it is. It doesn't need to be exactly like this, but it needs something because it just wasn't. That's already just fine having just that one little thing like that, but maybe some more drums in there too. I'm into lo-fi production, started since lockdown, and so much on mixing your kick drum, etc., or use scalar, not so much on learning the beauty and art of shaping chords and melody to go on journeys. Great. Well, yeah, glad to hear that, because that's what I'm really into. I mean, there's a lot of people teaching that kind of production-related stuff, right? So I don't know that I need to add so much to that. I'm more into the journey stuff myself, too. Vil Varayar. Interesting to watch. I like the beats. Thank you, my friend. Have we met before? Sorry if we have. I don't recognize the name right now, but thank you and welcome. Was wondering if you can show us the chord pad track preset a little bit. The chord pad track preset. Can't wait to learn from the course getting tomorrow. He's so distinct. That's great. Thank you, Rev. Really appreciate that. Yes, so the chord pad track preset. Sure. The chord pad track preset. You mean these chords? Chord pad 2. Ah, okay. Ah, this thing, sure. Right. And yes, for anyone new on the stream, if you see in the chat here, he's talking about a course. You can check in the description here. I have a new course on Udemy. I am obliged to talk about it from time to time. I'm excited about it. So it's called Musical Warp Drive. If you guys want to check it out, you can just follow the link there and it will have a trailer and description and all that stuff for you. You also get a discount if you use that link. So it's a good way to go. Okay, so I should say, Chi, maybe you know this, maybe you don't. I worked as a synth programmer on Serum, not on like the development of Serum, but as for a company called Unison that you guys might have heard of. I still work for Unison actually, but not doing synths anymore. Programming synths for 2 years basically. Sorry, one sec. Anyway, gotta go. Big love to you both, and we'll always be on the live when I can. Be sure that I watch back all the streams and learn so much. You both are appreciated. Keep smashing it. Wow, thank you so much. That's so nice to hear. Yeah, have a great rest of your day. Wonderful for you to be here. Yeah, so I've spent a lot of time making synth sounds on Serum, and had a fortunate position to be paid to do it, like all day, every day for a long time. And this is one of the patches that came out of that. So this is from a Unison pack, actually. I don't know which one it's from. I don't know if, was this one ever released? I wonder, I need to check that out. The Psytrance pack. You wouldn't have thought this patch came from Psytrance, but hey, there it is. So this patch is called Bread and Butter. It's from a Psytrance pack, and it's very simple. So is this the thing you mean? Yeah. And really, I mean, I've got 3 oscillators in here. There's this first one, which is 16 times unison. This is very rare for me to do something like that. Just to thicken up the sound, to get it a bit detuned from itself. And allows you to do this. Which is actually kind of cool. Maybe I should do that at some point. Bring this in and out. See you soon, Rev. Thank you so much. And then it's got an upper layer, which can we even hear it right now, I wonder? No, it's not playing. I wonder what that's about. So ignore this. There's a sub layer. Is that even playing? Nope. Obviously I've got something going on here that I'm just using literally it's just a saw wave. It's just a saw wave with 16 times unison being sent into a filter, and the filter is what's doing the whoop, 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 whoop. So it's following some kind of I guess it's probably just following this. Yeah, so this is the volume envelope. So both the volume and the filter are following the same shape, right? A little whip in and then a decay out. And it's got a reverb on it, and literally that's it. That's all the patch is. I wish it was cooler, and there is some like super cool patches in here, but yeah. Can you explain how you automate a cutoff in the filter? For sure. In Serum, all you do is grab any envelope or LFO and you just drag it onto a knob. The blue shows you where it's going to move. So the peak of the thing, in this case, what should we do here? Like this. The peak of this spike is going to be the peak of the blue. And the bottom is going to be where the knob is pointed. So you're going to set this, if it was the cutoff, you're going to set the cutoff to the lowest point you want it to reach. And then you're going to push the blue up or down like this with this little knob to get to the highest point you want it to reach. And that combination together is what will control the thing based on the shape of whatever you put in. So it can be an envelope, it can be an LFO, which can also, you can make these LFOs into envelopes as well. It's a bit beyond what I'm going to talk about now, but as you can see with this one, the envelope one is actually hard-coded to be the volume. So it will always control the amplifier, the volume of the patch. And then also I've got it running into the filter cutoff as well. So it gets to this lowest point, it will whip to this highest point, which we could move if we wanted to. So if I just take note of where it is now at 44, and see if I put it up, the filter goes much higher, right? And there's many interesting ways to control that. Like if we wanted to have this be all the way up, you could then use velocity to control how high it goes when you play. The harder you play, the higher the filter goes. The softer you play, the less of it you get. And you can do all that stuff from inside this matrix up here, modulation matrix. You just find whichever one you need, envelope 1 controlling cutoff, which is probably the first thing, envelope 1 controlling cutoff, and I just say I want it to be an auxiliary source will be my velocity. And then now, if I hit softly, it hardly goes. And if I hit hard, it doesn't get any louder per se. I'm not changing the actual amplifier volume, but just the filter goes up. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. Except we can't live with that. Back to 44 you go. I'll make some tutorials on synthesis too at some point. I practiced it a lot, so I may as well do it. I usually prefer making pretty synths, very playable, beautiful things that are fun to use rather than like raunchy, distorted, crazy shit, which is also super cool. I'm just like not amazing at it, and I have more uses for the other stuff. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this thing right now. Maybe if we just take this distortion and put it shorter. No, put the curve steeper. I've already got something in there doing that, don't I? That thing. Shamgra, hello. No, it's not. It will be back on Sundays, actually. That I should tell everybody that, too. From now on, we're going back to Sundays. This was just a temporary thing due to a specific circumstance, being on Saturdays. I'm going to be on Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific time going forward, as I used to be. So sorry about that, Shamkra. I'm sorry that you missed it there. I'm also going to start doing a second stream in the week. It's probably going to be, I don't know what time that is for all of you. You might be asleep. I'm thinking it's going to be in the evening my time, like 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't know, that's either going to be very early morning for Central European people. I don't know. I kind of felt like I should have one where North Americans can be on it too, but in case that's you, that will happen here at some point. Forever, ever, and ever. This beat's got a bounce to it, hey? It makes me bounce. I have a series of videos that I've planned for a long time that I haven't actually released, haven't made yet. I've made one of them, actually. It's not released, though, about head bobbing. The different types of head bobbing, basically, and what I think contributes to various kinds of head bobbing. And this kind of feel, I wonder, how do you guys feel it? Like, for me, I have the double time bob right now, right? Doom, 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 doom. Even though the snare is half time, it makes my head do a double time thing. And it feels kind of like roly bouncy, roly-poly bouncy. Whereas if there wasn't as many subdivisions in here, or if the accents were in different places, it incites a good head bob, body head bob. Yeah, for sure. And if the accents are in different places, or you have different elements in there, you can get a halftime bob with the where you feel like slow, you know, and it feels like heavier and gluier, and the whole thing is like this. But here we have this double time. For me, it's double time feel, because we're accenting a bunch of 16th notes. Basically, that's what's doing it. And the way that the accents work for me causes the double time on top of a halftime beat, which is like one of my favorite feels for sure. I love that stuff. A straight shuffle, kind of. Yeah, you could say that. It's kind of an oxymoron in a way. Straight shuffle. Should make a song called that, hey? Straight shuffle. Okay, what we need is a melody. So I'm gonna dupe this pattern. I'll just loop it for now. No need to dupe. Why dupe when you can loop? Somebody make me a shirt that says that, please. Why dupe when you can loop? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with a serum. Yeah, sure. We'll go with a serum. Just, why dupe when you can loop? Okay. Maybe we should try to make something from scratch, because like I was talking about doing serum stuff. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to turn out very well. Why dupe when you can poop? That's possibly even better. I would love that shirt, actually. Okay. So, yeah, I have a serum. I have a serum starting point patch that I use for everything. It's very simple. It just has a couple of things pre-set up how I like them. My two oscillators are both set to be basic shapes. You might know Serum is a wavetable synth, right? So it has like 10 billion wavetables you can go through. And if you buy or download or steal or whatever you guys want to do, those other packs of wavetables, you can have like literally millions of wavetables to go through. And it seems like, wow, I can make every sound in the world. It's so cool. But honestly, you like really don't need it most of the time. Unless you're trying to make the most outrageous dubstep stuff possible, which obviously is sick, and I want to do that too. Most of the time, I'm trying to use just the basic shapes thing. Just these shapes. Because it's less to think about, and it's a limitation that births creativity, I think. The more options I give myself, I find the harder it is to do something. So I start with the simplest thing I can first and work from there. So I'm going to try to create something here. I'm hearing a kind of sound in my head. That's the next thing. If I don't have a sound, like either a reference sound from a piece of music I'm trying to recreate or do something similar to, or an imaginary sound in my mind, I have a very, very hard time coming up with something good. If I'm just like twisting knobs randomly and hoping to find something, it basically never works. So maybe that's different for you guys. I don't know. But I do, for myself, I think I always need to have some, at least rough goal in mind of what I'm going for. So I'm hearing a kind of triangular thing, starting with that. And it's going to, let's create a bit of an envelope here. Let's make it monophonic. And let's go for, Okay, so a issue sometimes arises when doing these sorts of things where I want the sound to decay quickly, but sometimes I want to be able to chain notes together without re-triggering. Right now it's re-triggering every time, right? So every time I play it, it starts again at the top of the envelope over here. So I can go to legato mode, and so it will not re-trigger, but it dies very quickly, right? It's gone now. I'm still playing notes, but you can't hear it until I let go, until I stop playing legato, and then you can hear it again. Paul says, do you start with a chord progression or a beat or a melody when you write? That is a huge topic, man. That's a great question. Something I've thought a lot about too. And every option has its benefit, really. And different options will give you different sounds, and depending on if the music is groove-based versus beauty-based versus melody-based will be a big factor. Also depends on your knowledge of musical elements. It's sometimes difficult to write things, maybe say bass first or melody first, if you don't know how to harmonize melodies properly. You know, do what you want, of course. The way I do things, I like to have certain kinds of chords and whatever, so it took me a while to be able to get to that point of doing melody first. I often do melody first, but I used to write chords first exclusively for years and years and years because I think that was the easiest way to go. And then I went into drums first, chords second. And then now I find that I often want to go melody first, or drums first, then melody, then chords, then bass. Drums, because a lot of my music is groove based. And you might have noticed, like on certain tracks, not my tracks, just other people's music, if the drums sound amazing, the track is like amazing already, or is 80% of the way to amazing. You can just play an amazing sounding drum groove that has great samples, a great beat, and nice mixing, and with nothing else, you just play the drums, and people are like, oh, this is some good music, man. It just immediately gets people going, right? So starting with the drums is sometimes a great idea if you make beat-based music. Otherwise, of course, melody is the focal point of most music, and if your melody is not strong, then it might not be worth pursuing. In this case, we've got the whole groove here, and we're going to put a melody on top. So here we go, right? There's so many different ways to do it. Back to the topic I was talking about. I want this to be legato, but when it's legato, I want it to hold, and when it's not legato, I want it to decay. So the way we're going to do that is by actually increasing the sustain to be, okay, let's actually do this. We're going to increase the decay to be very long. So it still decays over time, but just very slowly. But the release is going to do the thing for me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the sustain up so that we can see the release, which we can't even see. Okay, we need to bring the decay down a bit. Something is good to know about synth writing in general when it comes to having smooth envelopes. If you can bend your curves like you can in Serum, so if I stick this curve out, I can grab it and bend it. Having it bent this way creates the smoothest fade out possible, but it means you decay faster. So you need to actually have the curve be longer, but the more you bend it downwards, the better, for my ears, the better the fade actually becomes. So now when I tap and I let go, it's like a bell, right? It rings out. It's too long right now, but so when I want the decaying notes, I can just do little blips. And when I want the long notes, I can play them legato. Oh, I gotta put my sustain down again. Put my decay out. And when I release them, they'll decay. So we're starting to get a nice feel there. Now, to get some motion in the sound. Oh, that's already pretty cool, actually. Okay, I'm going to put a very subtle, very slowly moving envelope or LFO that moves in kind of like, yeah, this sort of way. This is going to be applied to the sync here. And we're going to, I believe the command is Shift and Alt together, and you click it, and you switch it from going one directional to being bidirectional, like this. You're going to be very, very small bidirectional movement, moving very, very slowly through this pattern. I don't know if this will show up on the stream, but you can see the blue bar here, maybe not. And you can see the oscillator moving very subtly. We're going to increase the amount, so we'll exaggerate it so you can hear it. Okay, we're going to need to go unidirectional for this one to make it make sense. So the tone is subtly changing over time. So as it decays, it feels more organic. We're going to make it less, though. So much of good sound design, in my eyes anyway, has to do with organicizing digital things, making them feel like they're believable, like they could really be existent. And nothing in reality is able to stay exactly perfect without deviation, right? So we make these very subtle deviations, and you can use little LFOs like this to cause it. We might, work with this in a little while to get it sounding a bit better, but that's fine for now. Okay, we're going to add in another oscillator. This will be also a triangle, up an octave. And on this one, we put a bend. And we will put this on it as well, going backwards. This one, we're going to make it wide. So we're going to put a 2 times unison on it and bring the detune down. So the upper octave is wide in both ears and the middle is centered. Then we're just going to bring it in very subtly. Playing the worst possible notes here ever. I'm sorry about that. What key are we in? We're in G minor. And let's put a, what kind of reverbs do we have here? Let's just try whatever we've got. We've only got 2, hey? So we need, we're gonna need to make a new one probably. Yeah, we need a new one. Let's send this to, oh yes, right. I made this song without a template. That's why nothing is set up properly. Okay, fine. Let's go get rid of you and send you to a new reverb. Yeah, we'll do this. Send you to the instrument bus. I keep all my reverbs over here in a little reverb section. We'll call this lead verb. Copy my Pro R over there, and we'll modify this a little bit. That's fine for now, just to get a feel for it. Come back to Serum. So this is the lead. Okay, so now I'm going to add a very slight hiss to the top of this. So I've made a whole bunch of noise patches when I was working with Unison, and I still really like them, so I use them for a lot of things. One of them is a high-passed white noise, like this. So I'll just turn the oscillators off so you can hear it. Just this. I also have a stereo version of it, which might be better in this case, I'm not sure. Actually sounds kind of funny. Maybe it's the reverb doing it. But that's all right, whatever. So now, we just bring it into taste. And to me, it has the feeling kind of like the instrument is somehow powered by air now. Of course, we've just put it in, so we might be hearing it separately, but to someone who's new to the song and they've not heard this sound before, not heard it being made, it will sound as a unit. And the s kind of feels like something is being blown or some mechanical thing is happening to generate it. I'm also going to create a macro that allows me to switch to a mode that has an attack for this sound, because that might be cool too. So what we'll do is we will have this macro control attack, and at its bottom it will, okay, we'll make it in reverse. At its top it will be instant attack. Like this. And also it will how do we do this? Okay, there's a few tricks we can use. We can turn this filter on. And we can set, okay, you're gonna have to give me just 1 second here to think this through. We can set this envelope to control it, and it's gonna be very, very fast. Way faster than that. Still faster. See what I'm going for here? With the filter starting open and closing very quickly, it creates a bit more of a punch, or click, I should say. But also, we're going to add in this thing, and we're going to have this control the pitch of the entire synth. So we'll come into the matrix and we'll say, into the matrix. LFO2 will control the global master tune, which is the global pitch. And it needs to be in an envelope mode. Yeah. When you pitch shift from high to low very, very fast, it basically makes like a kick drum. I mean, that's what drums mean. When you synthesize drums like snares and kicks, that's kind of what happens. How you do it, I should say. Hi folks, hope all is well. Thought I'd pop along for some Saturday night songwriting inspiration. Mastering in the box. Yo, welcome. I don't think we've met before, have we? Thanks for being here. Where are you from? We're making a synth right now. So if I make this thing, it's pitch shifting from high to low very, very fast. I'm gonna make it slow so we can listen. Right? This shape right here is showing us the pitch shift. And right now I'm pitch shifting not that much. Could be like this. Now if I speed this rate up, eventually it becomes like a pluck. Okay, so now to make this macro effective, we need the macro to be the auxiliary source of this pitch shifting. So when the macro's down, there's no pitch shifting. When it's up, there is. So we say, okay, macro 2 is our aux source. Oh, sorry, not macro 2, macro 1. So we turn this off. It doesn't happen anymore. And we also need it to be what controls the envelope on the filter, because we had that envelope closing very fast, right? So that's envelope 2 is controlling filter cutoff, also controlled by macro 1. And then also, we need it so that when we're in this lower mode, in mode number 1, you could say, we want the filter to be completely open. We don't want it to be halfway closed like it is now. So then we say macro 1 controls the filter cutoff as well, but it needs to control it in an inverse way, because right now I have to put it up to make it open. So we want the opposite of that, which I believe we can just do like this, actually. I can just set this to be inverse. That's wrong. Thanks, Max. I'm from the UK. Been following your channel for a while now. This is my first chance to catch one of your live streams in real time. Love what you're doing. Oh, thank you. That's great to hear. I'm so glad you could be here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is controlling that. So instead, we're going to set this at the top. We're going to make this go in reverse. Now we have full open, normal sound. With the slow attack, no pluckiness at all. And we turn this one knob, and suddenly we get the plucky version. So we call this Plucko. Okay, that's cool. And now we'll go back to the regular version and put a vibrato on here. And we're going to do that with this LFO1. And we will say that the mod wheel, okay, we're going to say that LFO1 controls the global master tune by a very little amount in both directions. So we will, LFO1 controls the global master tune a little bit. And I have to do it quite fast. I usually go about 6 hertz or so. With a very little amount. And also, it's going to control the volume, because a real vibrato in a singer is actually both volume and pitch at the same time. So we can do that pretty simply. LFO1 controls the global amplifier as well. You can see what I mean. That's too much. Just a little bit. Now that's a pretty wide vibrato, but that's fine. We're gonna fix that. And we're going to set it so the mod wheel does both of these things. So when the mod wheel's down, nothing's happening. Right, so I can fade the mod wheel in and out now, the vibrato in and out. I'm in the wrong key. That's done. We could put a delay on here. If you're looking for good delays, you go 1/4 on one side and you go 1/8 dotted on the other side. Not gonna be able to hear it very well here. If we go plucko mode, how about that? And then you filter it. We'll put the mix down. We'll say macro 2 is gonna control the amount of delay. Okay, we'll leave it up for now. Perhaps a hyperdimension. A hyperdimension. That's okay. It changes it a little bit, not much. Maybe a slight bit of distortion. This is touchy territory here. Not in this mode, though. Not in plucko mode. Yeah, we'll keep it. I always play in E minor for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's a guitar player. And then just for fun, you turn on OTT mode and you just see what happens. And maybe it's good, actually, I don't know. The soft version is good too, though. Maybe just bring a little bit of it in. Oh, it gets like phase issues. We'll leave it off for now. Okay, that's enough synth designing for one session, I think. Now we're just going to play around a bit and see. That retrospective recording, right? What key am I in? Not the one I thought. Am I actually in E minor? Have I been tripping this whole time? No, it's A. A minor. Oh my goodness. Trust me, guys, I know how to play music. Ah. Ah, fuck. Oh man. How do you decide on a melody when it's just so fun to play anything? I don't know, hey. I need to just like probably set this to loop for like 2 minutes and just record everything and then go like find something good. We'll see. Wow, that was a blast. When you got a good sound like that, good sound, good beat, wow, it's just time. I wasn't even paying attention. Is the sound too loud? It's decent. Maybe it's a bit loud. It's not too loud. Okay. Wow. My mind is just overflowing right now with too many ideas. I need to like take a chill pill for a second and think of something. One idea I really like that comes from the jazz world melodically that I will do here at some point, probably put it into the, this is a minus, oh yeah, right, gotta correct that, wow, geez. Okay, is that you can superimpose chords over top of other chords. That is, a certain chord is playing, and instead of arpeggiating or playing the chord tones of that chord, you superimpose in the melody a different chord on top to get a certain effect. And in this case, the idea is that, excuse me, we have very basic chord progression. A minor is the first chord, essentially. Going to F, going to G. Right? This is like chord progressions 101, minor chord progressions 101, except everything's got extensions on it, of course. However, there's a cool sound. This is, maybe it's overplayed, but whatever. I'm a sucker for these kinds of things, so I got to use them. Where if you're coming up from that, if you're going F, G, A minor, or it could be in any key. You're going flat 6, flat 7, 1 in any minor key. When you're moving from the flat 7 to the 1, can I get like a keyword up here somehow? Maybe this one, I don't know if it's going to help you guys at all, but if I'm on an F, going to a G, I'll just play it in the most basic voicings just so that it's very easy to see. F, going to G, going to A. In between the G and the A, you can put in an E7 of some sort, and you get this sound. So, sorry, you've got the F, G, that thing. We've probably all heard that sound a billion times. Right? You get a chromatic move in the bass. You can put all sorts of extensions on that E7, for instance, like that, and then in to the A. However, my chords aren't actually doing that, but the melody can do it. Even though the chord is still on a G, the melody can go spell out the E7, splitting the G in half, which gets a kind of cool playing out sound. I don't know that I can like do it very well, but I will try to do a very simple version of it. good. Just can't get it. Kind of. That's the idea. I don't know how I'm going to put it in exactly yet, but like just hearing that, you're hearing G. That would have been a better way to go. The F in there is cool too. Something like that. So let's just feel. In a groove-based track like this, I want the melody to be an integral part of the groove. So I'm just gonna take a minute to feel out some rhythms, and then I'm gonna apply those rhythms to the melody, and then find some notes that sound nice with those rhythms, because the thing is quite rhythmically based right now, and so the melody, I think, should be part of that. This is a beautiful vibe, Max. Nice job. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love audio production. We've never met before either. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Something like that. Yeah. sounds terrible. I wonder if the plucky version is going to be better for this kind of thing. The plucko version. Nope. Nope, it's not. Halfway. I think my release needs to be shorter, perhaps. We'll try to get something down here. Yeah, I was actually just talking about that earlier, Shamkra. I haven't even updated yet, so I'm unfortunately in the dark on that still, but it's gonna come, maybe today. Yuck. What do I need to play here? Right. Huh. Don't like that. I don't know, it's something like that. I don't really, it's okay. I'm gonna record it and then save it for next time and just, yeah, see what I think about it. Too busy as well. This needs to be muted, perhaps. Second instrument can come in there and say hello. This one does I'm just going to listen from back here for a second. I'll probably end the stream shortly, and we'll just get some context, not from the beginning, but just from here. We'll see how I feel about it next time. It's a funny thing, doing the live composition stuff like streaming and just making music with other people around, either in the same room or on the stream like this. So many little details are being kept in mind about, oh, should change this, going to come back to that of course none of you guys know that I'm keeping all these things, that you might be hearing these parts over and over again thinking like, why doesn't he change that? That sounds so stupid. And it might be that I have that in mind. I have many things in mind that I'm not even touching right now. And it's interesting the way you guys probably know, like music develops, right? You start with an idea like this melody, or like this distorted sweep thing I put in there, and it might be that two streams down the line, or by the time the song is finished, none of that is in there anymore. It might be that entire section is gone. You know, that's just the way that stuff goes. It seems it's just my gut instinct at the time to go for something, but then you never know. Come back another day, or even just an hour later, or literally the next minute, and get rid of it. And yeah, it's just that evolving process. So it's always interesting to do it on the stream and to have other people's opinions. Not that I know your opinions, or maybe I do. Yeah. But it's a blast. I love doing it with all of you guys. So thank you for being here. I had a great time today working on it. I really need to start posting about this earlier. Like, it is a problem that happens every week. Megan was telling me yesterday, you got to post about the stream the day before. I said, I'm going to do it. And then I just like fell asleep on the couch and didn't do it at all. Woke up this morning and did it right before. So I'll take it more seriously. I'll try to be more on it. I'm also going to start up a second stream in the week at some point here, and I'll let you guys know when that's happening. Thanks for being here. Please check out the new course. The description is available. Thanks, sweetie. The course link is available in the description. It's a Udemy course on composition and music theory. This first part that's out is kind of like a basic, not basic, but a fundamental introduction of stuff that will need to be known to go deeper in the further parts, which talk very in depth about melody and harmony and bass, rhythm, and a bunch of exercises that you've probably never tried before. All sorts of fun stuff. In this first one, it would keep it kind of simple, but then it's going to like ramp up a little bit. I'm kind of excited for you all to get into that. If that's your kind of thing, if not, whatever, that's totally fine. As always, if you want to leave me a like on the video, that's very helpful. If you haven't subscribed, you can do that. You know, the YouTube stuff that helps the channel grow, that's great. The more that I can do this, the better. I really love being with all of you and love making YouTube content. I just would really like to have more time to do it. And if you have any ideas for videos or series or courses or anything that you'd like to know, please always send me a message or leave me a comment. I keep a list of all the ideas people have given me, and then when I have time, I go through and I find what's of most interest to me and what will be of most interest to all of you, and try to pick the best stuff out there. So I'm very open to that kind of stuff. So definitely let me know. I love to hear your feedback. So hope you all have a great rest of your day. I so appreciate you being here, whether that be now or in the future watching the stream, wherever you are in the world. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the support. And all good things. Imagine me saying many more good things now. Thank you all. I'll talk to you all very soon. I'll be back next Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I will post about it a day before. Believe it or not, it's going to happen. So thank you. And I also noticed that Megan told me when I end the stream quickly, there's a delay. So I'm just going to say goodbye. And then I'm going to stand here and look at the camera for a minute because I have to wait till I can turn the stream off or it cuts my words off. So goodbye.